हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू फार्मा इलाइट। आज हम कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स ये टॉपिक के बारे में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। नाउ व्हाट आर कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स एंड हाउ दे आर फॉर्म्ड, व्हाट आर द रिएक्शंस, मेटाबॉलिज्म, एवरीथिंग will come under that. You must have studied it in your lower classes of previous semesters. We'll just have a overlook at the topic. This is a video from Boost Your Basic series. In case you have missed our previous videos, you can go to our YouTube channel, Dharmesh Mehta GPAT, and all the videos from our series are available. You can watch them. So let's start with the topic of carbohydrates. Now, what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are defined as polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketones, which are primarily composed of hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. मतलब ये ऐसे कंपाउंड्स है जिसमें एक तो एल्डिहाइड ग्रुप होगा, नहीं तो कीटोन ग्रुप होगा, एंड द मेन constituent atoms are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Any carbohydrate will have these three, that is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen is a must requirement for a compound to be stated as a carbohydrate. Now these carbohydrates are classified into monosaccharides, disaccharides, polysaccharides, etc. and they are held together by glycosidic bonds. Now what is this monosaccharide? Monosaccharide, it is a type of carbohydrate which cannot be hydrolyzed further into a simpler sugar. That is, it is the last thing which you can expect in a carbohydrate. And when you say disaccharide, it consists of two monosaccharides which are joined together. Monosaccharide is the most basic form of carbohydrate, and these are joined together by glycosidic linkage or glycosidic bond. मतलब एक कार्बन जो हमारे कार्बोहाइड्रेट का कार्बन है, whether it is in the acetal form or the ketal form, that is aldehyde or ketone, this carbon being connected to the hydroxy group of another carbohydrate is called as a glycosidic linkage. And when you have only one such monosaccharide, it is called as a simplest form. Monosaccharide is a type of a monomer. And then if there are two monosaccharides, it is a disaccharide. And if there are more than that, then it is a polysaccharide, oligosaccharide. That is, it is having more than 2 or 3 monosaccharides which are compound to form a large carbohydrate. That is known as oligosaccharide or a polysaccharide. And most important for us to study is monosaccharide. That is the simplest form of a sugar. That is the monosaccharide, the simple sugar, which is the most basic unit in a carbohydrate. Now, whether the group present is the aldehyde group or a keto group, हम carbohydrates को either aldoses बोलते हैं या ketoses बोलते हैं under monosaccharides. Under monosaccharides, अब हम देखते हैं depending upon the number of carbon. Now the general formula for to represent any carbohydrate is CnH2nOn. This is the general formula to represent any carbohydrate. Now what is Cn? N will be represent the number of carbon atoms, then this will be 2n and this will be oxygen atom. That is how many oxygens are present. Now the most basic one or the simplest one is having 3 carbon atoms. Therefore, it is called as trioses. Now in 3 carbon atoms, if your functional group is aldehyde, it is called as glyceraldehyde. This is the most simplest or the basic form of a monosaccharide, that is glyceraldehyde. Now when you have 3 carbon atoms, but you have a keto group, then it is called as dihydroxyacetone. In case of 4 carbon atoms, it is called as tetroses. The examples of aldose is erythrose, and ketos also you call them as erythrose. जब 5 कार्बन होते हैं तो हम पेंटोज बोलते हैं, नाम से ही पता चलता है. पेंटोज मीनिंग 5 carbon atom pentose. When you contain aldehyde group, aldose will be ribose, and the ketone group in this category of ketos will be ribulose. Hexose, this is the most common, आप सभी को पता होगा. 6 carbon containing monosaccharide is glucose with an aldehyde group and fructose with a keto group. Heptose, that is 7 carbon atoms, you get glucoheptose and pseudoheptulose depending upon the functional group present. This is how you classify monosaccharide. Now also with regards to carbohydrate, there is a term called as racemic mixture. Now what is racemic mixture? Mixture bole to there will be more than one component, right? Mixture means there has to be 2-3 components. Now in case of racemic mixture, there are 2 components which are present in equal concentration. That is, if the D and L isomers are present in equal concentration, you call it as a racemic mixture. Now what is this D and L? This D and L represents to the optical activity. That is, whether a compound or a sugar is dextrorotatory or levodopa levorotatory. We must have seen it in organic chemistry, right? What is dextro and levo? That represents this DNL isomer. And another thing in this carbohydrates is this capital DNL. This DNL does not relate to the optical activity. It depends upon the position of OH group. This D, capital D, if the OH group is on the right hand side, you call it as D glucose. And if the OH group is on the left hand side, you call it as L glucose. It is nothing, small d and L and capital D and L are two different things. This is with regards to optical activity, and this is with regards to the position of the OH group. अब हम देखते हैं overview of classification. As we discussed, monosaccharide मतलब the simplest form of a sugar, that is 1 unit. You cannot hydrolyze it further. This is the end step of hydrolysis, monosaccharide. Then you have something called as oligosaccharides. In oligosaccharides, if you have 2 monosaccharides, then it is a disaccharide. If you have 3 monosaccharides, then you call it as a trisaccharide. And polysaccharide is a term when you have large number of monosaccharide units joined to one another. Under polysaccharides, you have something called as homo and hetero. Now let us look one by one. Under mono, you have aldose and ketos, जो अभी हमने देखा था. अगर aldehyde group है, तो you call it aldose, like glucose, that is 6 carbon. And if a 6 carbon with a keto group, you call fructose. Now let us look at disaccharides. यहाँ 2 monosaccharide units joined होते हैं by a glycosidic linkage. You can hydrolyze the disaccharide further till you get a monosaccharide. Now disaccharides are further classified as reducing or non-reducing. That is, अगर ये और reducible होता है या नहीं होता है. Based on that, there are examples. That is, lactose and maltose are reducing, whereas sucrose is a non-reducing. You don't have to know the mechanism of reactions; just the examples are enough. If there are 3 monosaccharides, you call this trisaccharides. Example है raffinose. Now, when it comes to polysaccharides, there is something called as homo and hetero. Now, what is homo? Homo meaning when the things are same. You call it homo when some things are same or when they are related. So if you have a same monosaccharide which is joined several times repeatedly, n times you can say, agar same monosaccharide n times hai, then it is a homopolysaccharide. Example are starch, cellulose, dextrine, glycogen. These are the ones which are having large number of monomer units, as you had seen like polymers के बारे में. वैसे here you have large number of monosaccharide units, and there it was monomer units. If their units are same, it is homo. If the different monosaccharides are joined by glycosidic linkage, you can call it as a heteropolysaccharide. Now heteropolysaccharide examples are hyaluronic acid, keratin, sulfate. Now अगर कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स पता है, तो ये कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स को डिटेक्ट कैसे करते हैं? व्हाट आर द केमिकल टेस्ट? अगर मैंने आपको एक कंपाउंड दिया है, तो वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट है या नहीं, ये आप कैसे पता चलेगा? You will have to do some test, right, to identify whether the given compound is a carbohydrate or not. The first test, which is very important to identify whether your carbohydrate is present or not. First, आपको पता चलना चाहिए कि इसमें carbohydrate group है या नहीं है. If it is present, then you can do the further test. So the basic test is Molish test. This is the most important test to identify carbohydrates. You take your compound, plus you add to it alpha naphthol and concentrated sulfuric acid, and you get the purple color ring at the junction. That is, आप compound लेते हो जो आपको analysis के लिए दिया है, उसमें आप alpha naphthol और concentrated sulfuric acid डालते हो. If carbohydrate group is present, you will get a purple color ring. Actual ring like appearances से जो आपने अपने practical lab work में देखा होगा. If you get a purple coloring, your inference is that a carbohydrate is present. If you don't get a purple ring, carbohydrates are absent. The next test you can do, once you get the carbohydrates are present, आपको पता चलना चाहिए whether it is a reducing or non-reducing. What is the functional group present? So the next test is Benedict's test. Benedict's test में क्या करते हैं? You take your given compound, you add to it copper sulfate, sodium carbonate, and you boil it for 2 minutes. If you get an orange red or brick red precipitate, reducing sugars are present. That is, अगर ये सब add करने से आपको brick red precipitate आया, then you can confirm that it is a reducing sugar. If you don't get this precipitate, your given compound is not a reducing compound. Next is Felling's test. ये सभी ने आपने नाम सुना होगा. In Felling's test, you add 2 solutions, that is Felling solution A and B. You boil the test tube or the contents of the flask, and if you get a yellow red precipitate, again reducing sugars are present. So आपको entrance में कोई ये test करने को नहीं बोलने वाला. You don't have to write how much of the quantity is added, boiled, cooled. आपको सिर्फ ये पता होना चाहिए कि why Benedict's test is done to find out reducing sugar, why Felling's test is done to find out reducing sugar. This is the thing which you need to know about chemical test. Now Thomer's reagent. This is another reagent where you add Thomer's reagent and boil it with your compound. Again, the inference is about reducing sugar if you get a red precipitate. Now this is very important test, Baffert's test. आपको अभी कोई ये test के reagent के बारे में ज़्यादा कोई deeply नहीं पूछेगा, but why Baffert's test is done is important from your entrance exam point of view. Baffert's test, you add neutral copper acetate in acetic acid to your compound. You add this copper acetate in acetic acid, boil it into a water bath. If you get a red precipitate at the bottom of the test tube, you get the inference. That is, you have to distinguish between monosaccharide and disaccharide. अगर आपको कोई compound दिया है and you're asked whether identify if it is a monosaccharide or disaccharide, then Baffert's test is the one which distinguishes between monosaccharide and disaccharide. Next is Selivanov's test. Again, this is an important test. In Selivanov's test, you take your compound, add resorcinol in HCl, a red color complex is formed. This helps you distinguish between aldose and ketose. That is, whether your carbohydrate contains an aldehyde functional group or a ketose functional group is confirmed with the presence of a red color compound. Next is Ozazone test. This is a very common test performed in lab. You get ozazones or crystals of different shape which you observe under microscope, right? In that case, what you do, आपका compound लेते हो, phenyl hydrazine, जो आप बहुत excess में भी डालते हो, and then you add sodium acetate, acetic acid, water, all these things are done. You heat it for 20 minutes, and then you get needle-shaped crystals or puff-shaped crystals or sunflower-shaped crystals. And again, you identify this test is basically done for only reducing sugars. अगर आपका sugar non-reducing हो जो आपको पहले step में ही पता चले, then you don't have to do Ozazone test. If it is a reducing sugar, then you have to do the Ozazone test to find out पहले ये glucose है या lactose है या galactose है. So if you get a needle-shaped Ozazone crystals, it is glucose or fructose. If you get head-hog crystals like ball, it is test for lactose. If you get sunflower-shaped crystals, it is for maltose. And if you get thorn-shaped Ozazones, then it is for galactose. So this is very characteristic thing. हर एक compound characteristic दिखेगा आपको under microscope. Now, once you intake this carbohydrates, now basically carbohydrates are what is a source of energy to our body, and they are stored in our body. Now, in plants, carbohydrate main reserve is starch. That is, starch is the most important form of carbohydrate source in case of plants. And when it comes to animal, how do you store this carbohydrates? We store it in the form of glycogen. That is, it is the only carbohydrate reserve in our body which serves for the energy source in the form of carbohydrates. You find glycogens in high concentrations in your liver, muscles, brain, where you require high amount of energy. Now, once you have stored those carbohydrates, how do you metabolize this carbohydrate? Now, there are different pathways which undergo. आपने biochemistry में पढ़ा होगा the different cycles and pathways of metabolism. आपको entrance में ये पूरा pathway पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपको कोई draw करने को नहीं बोलेगा. You're not writing a long answer question. You just need to know some characteristic points from each pathway. Now, the glycolysis. This is the most basic or the initial pathway you can say for glucose oxidation. That is, once you have glucose intake, how are you going to metabolize it? Glycolysis is the most common one, which occurs aerobic as well as anaerobic. That is, in presence of oxygen as well as in absence of oxygen. Glycolysis दोनों जगह होता है. What is the location for glycolysis to take place? It occurs in erythrocytes. Sorry, there is a typo error over here. Glycolysis will be occurring in cytosol. Please make a note of it. Glycolysis will take place in cytosol. This is the most basic process which occurs for glucose oxidation. It can be aerobic as well as anaerobic. Now, once you have taken in glucose, what happens to it is oxidized. And if there is any error in this pathway, then glucose oxidation will not take place and you will have excess of carbs in your body. So what error can occur is if you have hexokinase deficiency. आपने glycolysis cycle में देखा होगा, there are different enzymes. If this hexokinase enzyme is deficient or if it is not functioning properly, then you have error in glycolysis cycle and it can lead to certain adverse effects. So आपको सभी cycles में ये पढ़ना है कि what is the cycle doing, whether it is oxidizing, whether it is reducing, or it is converting. वो cycle का location क्या है? Here it is cytosol. Please make a note. Glycolysis occurs in cytosol. There was a typo error. And what is the adverse effect that if a particular enzyme is not present or if there is a deficiency, what can happen error in this cycle? Then next is pentose phosphate pathway, or also known as HMP shunt. This is another pathway for glucose oxidation other than glycolysis. You oxidize glucose by HMP shunt. Again, the location is cytosol. And what is the error that can occur here is inborn error which can occur. Why HMP shunt may not take place? If you have glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency, अगर ये enzyme नहीं है या ये enzyme की कमी है, तो your glycolysis or pentose phosphate pathway is not going to occur. That is, glucose oxidation will be altered. The next one, that is the citric acid cycle. This is the most favorite question when it comes to our theory exams, you can say semester exams, tricarboxylic TCA cycle or citric acid cycle. It is the final common pathway for glucose oxidation. That is, whether you follow glycolysis or pentose phosphate, glucose oxidation is mainly via citric acid pathway. And what is the location? That is, citric acid cycle or pathway occurs in mitochondria. Remember this. And the error that can occur is with fumarase deficiency. That is, agar fumarase enzyme present nahi hai ya isme kuch error hai, then your citric acid cycle will be hampered. Then gluconeogenesis. Neo meaning new. That is how you synthesize glucose. This is a pathway of formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate source. Abhi हमने देखा था कि glucose is a carbohydrate, but also you can form it from non-carbohydrate source, which occurs via gluconeogenesis. That is new way to synthesize glucose, and its location is in cytosol and mitochondria. Then glycogenolysis. Lysis meaning breakdown. See here, genesis means synthesis. That is, you synthesize glucose. And here lysis is breakdown. That is breakdown of glycogen to glucose or glucose 6-phosphate. That is, जो आपके body में carbs are stored as glycogens in humans, right? Or in animals. So to break down this glycogen to glucose is glycogenolysis. Again, the location is cytosol. And the error of metabolism, that is, there could be different diseases which occur if there is an error. That is, if you have glucose 6-phosphate deficiency, you can get a disease known as von Willebrand disease. If you have muscle glucose phosphorylase deficiency, you get McArdle's disease. So आपको entrance में कोई glycogenolysis explain करने को नहीं पूछेगा, but you might be asked that if there is an error in this muscle glucose phosphorylase, what is the disorder caused? So you should just know the name. That's more than enough. Before we move further, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you press the bell icon so that you get a reminder when we post a video. We also have our free WhatsApp groups where we are posting daily MCQs for GPAT, NIPER and other exams. You can get added to our groups. Just drop a message on the below mentioned number. Now let us look at some MCQs जो carbohydrate topic से आ सकते हैं. Enzymes which are concerned with citric acid cycle are found in dash: nucleus, ribosomes, mitochondria and cytoplasm. अभी हमने देखा था that is citric acid cycle or your TCA, tricarboxylic acid cycle. Where does it occur? The location is mitochondria. So definitely ये cycle को जो enzymes चाहिए वो mitochondria में present रहेंगे. Have we heard anything with regards to nucleus or cytoplasm when it comes to citric acid cycle? No. Mitochondria is the only one where citric acid cycle occurs. So option C is correct. See, there was not a big logic in this, just some basic thing. If you knew, you can crack the question. Next is the test which is used to distinguish between glucose and fructose. Buffert's test, Selivanov's test, Osasone test, and all of the above. अभी हमने chemical test देखे थे, so now we have to distinguish between glucose and fructose. See, glucose is 6 carbon, fructose भी 6 carbon है, लेकिन इसमें functional group aldehyde group present है, and the functional group present in fructose is a ketose group. Now, how are you going to distinguish between an aldehyde and ketone? अभी हमने देखा था Mollage test was to identify if a carbohydrate is present. Benedict's test, Felling's test, and Tomer's test was telling us whether it is a reducing or non-reducing. Buffert's test हमें क्या बताता है? Whether it is a monosaccharide or disaccharide. Selivanov's test tells us between aldose and ketose, and Osasone is characteristic shapes of crystals for different sugars. अभी हमें क्या करना है? We are distinguishing between the aldose and ketose. ये आपको सिर्फ example दिया है. Similarly, you can get any example. This is the one example. So mainly what you are asked is how you are going to distinguish between aldose and ketose. So the answer here is Selivanov's test. Next question. Smallest carbohydrates are trioses. Now, which of the following is a triose? See, triose matlab 3 carbon atoms. We have seen under monosaccharides, the smallest starts with triose. That is now which is the triose? Glucose, ribulose, ribose, glyceraldehyde. Now we know glucose is 6 carbon atom. So अभी हमें सिर्फ क्या पता होना चाहिए? How many number of atoms are present in each and which is the smallest? That simple it is. Now when we see glyceraldehyde, it is 3 carbon. This is 3 carbon. Erythrose, ribose, this is 4. This is 5 carbon. Glucose is 6. अभी हमने क्या पूछा है? Smallest one, which is a triose. That is, you might be asked smallest one, but which is a pentose. ऐसे भी पूछा जा सकता है if you are given still higher examples of 8 or 9 carbons. Now here are smallest but a triose. So among this, which is a triose is glyceraldehyde. So the correct answer is option D. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Stay tuned. More videos will be coming up soon.